All right, welcome back to WMMA now with your host, Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight announcement out of Dep Jewels. So the all-women's Japanese MMA promotion, Dep Jewels, has announced their next event. Dep Jewels 37 will take place on May 8th at Korakuen Hall in Tokyo. So far, they have announced 3 fights plus the semifinals and final of the Dep Jewels flyweight Grand Prix. So let's go ahead and get down into it. First up, we have a title bout, the inaugural featherweight championship between Yoko Higashi and King Reina. So Higashi is coming in at 6-2. King Reina on the right-hand side there is coming in at 13-4. Now these two last met back in June. Higashi won via unanimous decision. That was Higashi's last fight. However, King Reina recently scored a submission win over Tae Murayama, TA, back at Dep Jewels 35 in December. So these two are rematching, and this time the inaugural Dep Jewels Featherweight Championship is on the line. King Reina started off okay in this fight, and then she just sort of fell apart. Her discipline went out the window in the first fight and just kept walking straight forward into the punches of Yoko Higashi. So she's really going to have to change that up a little bit if she wants to beat Higashi in this rematch. But I think the first fight was pretty good, and this one should be as well. Next, we have a strawweight bout. Mika Nagano taking on Kate Lotus Oyama. So Nagano brings a record of 16-12-1. Kate Lotus on the right-hand side there is only 2-2 as a professional. Now, Mika Nagano has not fought since 2019, where she picked up a unanimous decision loss to Miki Motono at Dep Jewels 24. Kate Lotus, on the other hand, last fought in December, where she picked up a unanimous decision win over Aoi Kuriyama. So this is the strawweight debut of Kate Lotus. She had fought at flyweight previously. Apparently, she got sick, pretty sick, and had to miss her last scheduled bout, and ended up losing so much weight that she managed to stay at a weight where she'd be able to make strawweight healthy. Mika Nagano, she's about 38 years old, and for a long time, she was the pretty fighter of Dep Jewels, and so they always gave her a bit of a push there, whereas now it's being kind of billed as the old beauty versus the new beauty. So you got the old beauty in Mika Nagano, a much more experienced and older fighter, taking on the young beauty in Kate Lotus. So it should make for an interesting fight, even with the dearth of experience. With Nagano not having fought in almost 3 years, and Kate Lotus coming in with the youth advantage, should even things out a little bit. Then we have a microweight bout. Momoko Yamazaki taking on Kyoka Chibisai Minagawa. Momoko coming in at 2-2. Kyoka coming in at only 0-2. So both ladies are still very young in their career. Now, Momoko last fought picking up a win over Sei Kokuo in October of 2020. So she hasn't fought in almost a year and a half. Kyoka, on the other hand, last fought in September of last year, where she dropped a submission loss to Aya Murakami. No shame in getting submitted by Aya Murakami, though. So we have another fighter that hasn't fought in a little while versus a fighter who has fought more recently, but just hasn't had any luck so far as a pro. These two are about as tiny as you get. They are natural microweights, which is 97 pounds. Can't think off the top of my head what kilograms that is, but it's going to be a battle of really, really small girls. And then finally announced so far for this card, and there will be more bouts added later on, we're going to have the Dep Jewels semifinals and finals for the flyweight Grand Prix. And the winner of the Grand Prix and the final bout will not only be the Grand Prix champion, they will be the inaugural Dep Jewels flyweight champion. Now, the drawing for this is to come sooner at a later date, and I will keep you apprised of that. But it'll be much like the way they did for the quarterfinals, where they had the fighters, play rock, paper, scissors to draw envelopes, and then depending on what envelopes they get, that's what matchup they'll get. So for the bout, we have from left to right here, we have Tae Murayama, Shizuka Sugiyama, one of the favorites, Rin Nakai, the other favorite, and then we have Aoi Koriyama. So we could get an interesting combination. We could have the two favorites taking on the two outsiders, and then the two favorites meet in the final, and I think that would make for the more interesting bout. Or we could end up just as easily with the two favorites facing off in the semifinals and then taking on one of the outsiders in the final bout. So either way, it should make for an interesting pair of fights. So that is it for what we have so far for Dep Jewels 37. As I mentioned earlier, this goes down on May 8th at Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. I will keep you apprised of any further details. The event will be available on pay-per-view at some point, and I will keep you further apprised of that as well. In the meantime, if you liked the video, please give it a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to WMMA Scene Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.